you can win this beautiful car with just one answer on Card Shark. And if you play your cards right, you can win $32,000. And now, the host of Card Shark, Bob Eubanks.
Thank you, Gene Wood. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Card Shark. We're going to have a fun time today because we have some interesting people on our show. Right now, I want you to meet two of the loveliest ladies in all of television. There are dealers on Card Shark. Here they come, Lacey Pemberton and Susanna Williams. Aren't they pretty? Hey, hey, hey. Sudden death again today, guys.
Oh, all right.
That's where we'll start. If you'll deal out those cards, we'll get our Card Sharks in here. Come on, Mark and Francis. Here we go. Hello. Mark, how are you?
Good. Good. Hanging in there, Bob.
Hanging in there. If you were not with us yesterday, Mark was playing for the big money, and he had a king, and he bet it all, and an ace jumped up and bit him. It's all right. You still have $1,300.
I know.
So you're doing
That's great.
fine.
That's great.
Tell
And
us
I'm a
about
newlywed,
Mark.
so that's going to come in handy.
Newlywed guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
newest thing since I'm married, though, is now that I'm married, my wife and I collect pigs. Never did that before.
Pardon me?
We collect pigs.
I know a guy used to do that. Yeah. Live ones?
No, not yet. We're working on it.
You want a live pig?
My wife does.
Yeah, we had live pigs on our show here one time.
Yeah.
It was really interesting, those little guys. Francis, how are you today?
Oh, I'm wonderful and excited.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm Frances Laverteau. I'm still a professional mother and wife. I have 3 children and a delicious granddaughter.
Well, all right. I got one of those, too, yeah. Delicious little granddaughter, Tyler Ann. Okay, let's get it started. We're going to start with sudden death, which means it's the fourth and final question of the game. Someone has to win the game on the next play of the cards, and control is really what you're looking for. And the question is going to go to Francis, and this question involves 10 men in our studio audience who are top guns with the United States Navy. And I want you to take a look at this, okay? Because this is an F-14 Tomcat, whose top speed is over 1,400 miles per hour. It's approaching the aircraft carrier USS Nimitz, and the pilot will have to land that plane on only 400 feet of runway on a pitching, rolling flight deck, coming to a stop in less than 2 seconds. And the men responsible for flying those jets are graduates of the Navy Fighter Weapons School, better known as Top Guns, and we've got 10 Top Guns with us. Gentlemen, welcome back. Nice to have you here. Francis, here's the question. Before the show, we ask our 10 Top Guns, have you ever had to bail out of your jet when it was in trouble? How many of these 10 Top Guns have had to bail out of their jet?
Oh, I would imagine that's quite high. I would say probably about 9 of them.
9 of the 10 you think have had to bail out. Mark, what do you say?
Well, I'm sure it's happened, Bob, but I'm going to go just a little bit lower than that.
Might be lower than that. Boy, the actual number of these Top Guns who have had to bail out of their jet is only 1. Only 1. Yeah, I'm surprised at that. I really am. No kidding. Who had to bail out? Raise your hand. Slammo. Is that how you got your name when you bailed out?
That's part of it.
I see.
They say that's what the sound of the airplane made when it hit the water, but...
Salamo.
Actually, how it happened was a supersonic flight at about 30,000 feet and a flight control computer malfunction. The airplane departed control flight, uncommanded, violent departure, and I tried for 20,000...
Whoa, excuse me just a second. Would you translate all of what you said to me?
A violent departure, so it went into uncontrolled flight. In other words, I wanted it to do this, and it did.
Now, I understand that. Good, okay. Now you're talking my language.
So I tried for 20,000 feet to get the airplane back under control, was unable to, and ejected at 10,000 feet.
That's quite a jar, isn't it, when you eject?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, Bob.
Yeah. See, I don't want him to call me sir because it means I'm old. See? Gentlemen, thank you for sharing your stories, and thanks for being with us again today. Okay, let's play sudden death. All right. Now, Mark, you have the control. Couple of choices here, my friend. You can play it by yourself, and if you goof, Francis wins the game, or you can pass on to Francis with a 9. If she goofs, you win the game.
No offense to my own look, but I'm going to pass it.
Yeah, you've been on that 3 for 4 days, haven't you? Okay, Francis, up to you, kiddo.
9. Okay, I'm going to go higher.
Higher than the 9, it is.
Okay, lower.
If it's lower, you win the game. No! And that means that Mark wins game number 1. Woo!
These are the strangest cards.
Boy, the ace got you. That's all right. All right, we'll be back to set up for game number 2 right after this. Don't go away.